rangatira ma, tēnā koutou katoa. I did a little bit of a deal with the minister before, and welcome. And I would get the conference back in time. So I've rewritten my speech because the minister has outlined the opportunities that we have in agriculture. And I just wanted to touch on a couple of things where I think the importance of young people in agriculture and things that we need to think about that is going to make New Zealand successful and really take advantage of the opportunities. I guess I started farming in the 80s. I must admit I only spent 1 year as a young farmer, but I enjoyed every social occasion for a decade that young farmers provided by the people I associated with. But one of the things I did as a very young age, I got involved in federated farmers. And so I took a slightly different path. And one of the reasons I got involved in federated farmers was the very reason that you're here today. Because in the 80s it was a time of profound change in farming. From a country that was Fortress New Zealand to a country that we now embrace as being absolutely free market. And free market can have a whole lot of negative or positive connotations. And I want to take the very positive connotation that you guys and your future and our future is involved in, is the fact that the free market allows you to be innovative, entrepreneurial, to actually embrace change, because change is constant. Nothing stays the same. And you need to be clear, adaptive, and you need to remove as many barriers as you possibly can to achieve. I'm just going to pick up on a couple of themes that I think are really going to be important for New Zealand going forward and for New Zealand's success, and that you can help drive this. Both the Minister and myself have started with a Maori welcome. One of the things I've really found amazing in my role with Environment Canterbury is our now very, very strong relationship with Ngāi Tahu. It's just quite incredible. From 5 years ago when we went onto the marae for the first time to get almost a hostile reception, 5 years on we get welcomed onto the marae as family. And I challenge you that the next regional conference that you have is you approach one of the runanga in Canterbury and you say, can we actually have it on one of the runanga? Because one of the things that's really important for New Zealand is actually the fact that the only thing that makes New Zealanders different is our actual base heritage around the Treaty of Waitangi. And we're going to have a huge diversity of people within New Zealand, a hugely different Asian population as we move forward, but a core that we have in New Zealand is going to be our heritage in that treaty. So I do ask you to embrace that, because their aspirations are exactly the same as the aspirations of all New Zealanders, but we need to think of that. The second one that I don't see on your agenda is amazing, and I really do praise the people that you've put this together. But one of the big issues, and I guess it's one of the things with Environment Canterbury that I'm really conscious of, is the very large expectation of New Zealanders to have a really, really great environment. And that's one of the big challenges that we've got when we're looking at how we succeed within farming, that we can actually take the opportunities of the trade and the new access to customers, but that we actually farm in a way that makes sure that we are creating an environment that has good water, wadeable, I'm not sure it's swimmable. There's a whole lot of natural forces that can work against us as well as farming forces, but we need to be really, really smart. And I guess as we face some big issues, whether it's climate change, whether it's water quality, a lot of it is around having the best technology and the best understanding of our production systems that can help meet those environmental goals. I do want to really reinforce the Minister's comments around trade. For a huge period of time, New Zealand has been pretty well locked out of huge numbers of markets. And, to have an opportunity where we can actually get other countries voluntarily, voluntarily might be too strong a word, but actually reducing their barriers over time is colossal. And I guess I'm a big believer that is actually the best way to do it. As a little country in New Zealand in the middle of nowhere, we have no barriers. So it's really important that we're really smart in what we do and that we're adaptive. Lincoln University with the AERU has a document that's been commissioned by some of our biggest players in the country, Fonterra, ANSCO and others, a document called The Land and the Brand, which will actually quantify the benefits that we are going to get from these free trade agreements and from TTP. And if I was a young person sitting in this room or anywhere in New Zealand, I would be incredibly excited to be part of that future. It's something that's going to be quite unprecedented, and I think we'll see, hopefully, a change as we do that. One of the very simple and key things, and one of the reasons, like the Minister, that I'm here, is because I guess I was able to take very small steps and opportunities. But by the very nature of you being here, you're part of a group that's willing to do that. Whenever you get an opportunity to sit on something, to be part of something, to create a network, to travel overseas, to understand how other cultures work, take those opportunities. Because each little step, and you don't feel that you're actually, you wonder where it's leading to, but each little step leads up to a colossal network of people within New Zealand that you can influence and you can call upon and you can actually help make a difference. And so that is one of the key things that young people can do, and that's one of the absolute key things that the young farmers can provide, is that opportunity to network, to influence, and the range of speakers that you've attracted here today is saying that you actually command respect and that you are actually the future leaders of this country. And that's why these people have come and made their time available to you. So young farmers, it has got tremendous mana within the community. It's a thought leader, and I wish you all the very best for this incredibly important conference on learning, growing, and succeeding. Nō reira, tēnā koutou katoa.